end up just below it. I think there's a now I'm probably misquoting him here, but I'm sure there's a heuristic that Scott has mentioned before with these bull runs, just before we hit the top, just before we really take off, there's that feeling of fuck,
Oh,
I've done my
couldn't
money.
even be, I couldn't even be bothered checking. Like I
Yeah.
couldn't. I got on the call this morning. The first words I heard from Maurizio and Ian were fucking nothing. And I was like,
Yeah.
that's what I got too. I get fucking nothing. I got no sense of a strong feeling that we're going to break up or down today. I've got no sense of there's a consistent narrative across the coins. I've got no I've got no real feel for it. It's not particularly exciting. In fact, it's the opposite of exciting. It's wearing us all down.
Which I think is a good thing, right? So what I've been focusing on is actually getting like good projects on, just to the ones that might have huge potential when everything comes back to reality. Like in terms of when everything comes back in, I think.
This is a time to either camp out and carry trades. Like you can earn good money in carry trades, and we're going to take a look at those. Tim, to answer your question, Ronnie Trading Co. Never heard of the bum. He keeps pushing his new coin Dino contract address yet to be released. He'll be 100x market cap coin. Well, that would 1.2% of coins currently on Pump Fun get to 70,000 in market cap. 1.2% of those. 1% of those get to 1 million in market cap. And this guy's saying it's going to be 100 mil? Maybe. I don't know. I never heard of him. Most likely it's a scam, because most of those things are scams.
So Scott, one thing you said was about that, like you hadn't sort of looked, if you know what I mean, at the market. And I think that's an important thing to look at. If we take our Trojan bot, for example, how many people have set orders on that Trojan bot, and those orders have now expired because things have been bought? And this happens to so many.
You just reminded me I've got profit orders in all these terrible meme coins that I set them for like 2 months, but that was like 2 months ago. Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got some work to do. Who wants to go first?
I've got a couple of
go ahead, Ian.
Just look at it. Let me share the screen. I mean, the main thing I really want to talk or wanted to touch on today was like the heuristics and not getting bored and not getting shaken out from it. So the usual chart from me, then I always like to start on the monthly, just because it's easier to see. And I really only one thing that I wanted to say today was that I wanted to see a close above the bottom of the range, and we can see clearly that we're still a few thousand off of that. Now, so Ian, so what happens?
I don't know, dude. This is a close that gives some hope to the Bears, as well as gives some hope to the Bulls.
It does.
So last week, the week before last, 2 weeks ago, we were looking very, very bullish. Last week we were looking cautiously bullish. I think we have to adjust it down a little bit. How bullish are we compared to this time last week? I'm less bullish than last week.
I am as well, yeah. And
it's entirely possible this is just more sideways bullshit before we break up. The thing that gives me a lot of hope here is if we're starting a bear market, typically people are very bullish until about 2/3 of the way through the bull market. So in the last bear market, people were bullish right up until Luna, really, which was about halfway through the bear market, right? Luna was real, and until then, everyone was really buy the dip, buy the dip. We're going to make it 200K BTC, 300K BTC. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. Old season's coming. Yeah. And I believed it too. Everyone believed it. So we haven't got that sort of all over bullishness where everyone's wrong right at the end. That gives me a lot of hope.
Mm.
It gives me a lot of hope as well. And it's like this run appears to be accelerated. Like we hit those all-time those all-time highs a lot quicker than what we normally do. Okay. When I say what we normally do, I know we can't always use
Ian's got all-time hose on his mind.
Yeah, I know. So part of me thinks, well, okay, then, if we've had an accelerated run and if we've gotten to the all-time highs much, much earlier than what we have done, then the market does need to cool down. And if it cools down, the longer it cools down for, the more that we could get the beach ball effect that was spoken of in the email yesterday.
I think this is pretty reasonable. I think it's clear in retrospect that the bull market speed ran to all-time highs because of the ETF news.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And so I think we got a bit ahead of ourselves. I think the reality is Bitcoin is still around 60,000-ish. And people are calling it a bear market. There's no bear market in Bitcoin, but altcoins, if we look at average altcoins, like all that today. Well, I didn't even check. I mean, Sol is 128 bucks. Like, that's too cheap for a thing that gets used the way it does.
It is cheap. It is ridiculously cheap. Yeah. I mean, these wiggly lines, it's like, I think that we need to be, we need to be making our way towards that 252 billion to see anything with any kind of alt season coming on.
No, so old season is a downstream effect of people drunk on profits. So if you imagine what an alt season is, conceptually, alt season is 2 a.m. in Vegas at the Bellagio. This guy's been rolling all night. He's got a giant stack. He's had the biggest winning run anyone's ever seen on the roulette wheel or on the blackjack tables or whatever. And now he's gonna go and have some fun. I'm rich now. I had a great night. Everything's fun. I fucking love this place. Look, there's heaps of bitches here. Let's just go spend some money on that game and that game and that game and that game and that game. And let's get a bit loose with our finances and let's make some moves here because it's 2 a.m. and I'm half drunk and I'm in the Bellagio. And, it's that kind of vibe. That's what an alt season is everyone getting a little bit high off their own supply. Mm-hmm. How do people get high off their own supply? Well, first of all, they have to get rich. I know alt season until everyone gets rich. I mean, that's just the basics of it. How do people get rich? Well, before the whole Solana meme coin ecosystem has extracted a lot of value out of everything.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I mean, we've always looked at, no, let's try not to be so we've always looked at. So let me start again. Ethereum has always been that marker that has been used. Everything follows Ethereum on a delay, but Ethereum ain't doing anything. Ethereum just seems to be, so that normal kind of marker that we would look at, for the money flow cycle out of BTC into those big layer ones, what is our altcoin? Well, ETH BTC, the most important chart. And then we can look at any alt versus.
But they all look the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
They do. Yeah, that turd rolled in the same glitter. They're just.
The things that give me a lot of hope. Stock market.
Yeah, I was looking at that. Stock market looks great. Like all stock market across Japan, Nasdaq, everything looks pretty okay.
Nikkei looks great. Like after all that, you know, I mean, we should be like fucking gold. Look at you.
Mm.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we should be playing catch up here.
Should be, yeah. And some
But
of the
it's
things,
not. So you can't. This is a game that rewards clear thinking, and it doesn't reward guys going, you can't see me, I can't see you. It doesn't reward toddler behavior. Like our job here is to say, well, what's fucking really going on?
Mhm.
What's really going on? If it's a bull market, every one of these coins that we're looking at is going to 50x. Not a problem.
Mhm.
If it's a bear market, what do you want to happen? What's your FinRev holding at? Mine was yesterday. I checked. Mine was long TRX and short just about everything else.
yeah, mine's short just about everything. Picked up a bit for the
Yeah, still not making any money either way. But
yeah.
my portfolio is, yeah, my portfolio in FinRev is looking like long TRX. Next biggest is short everything. Happy to be short ICP, ADA. Happy to be short here actually. Warren, can we get a post on how to do that? Do you guys want me to? I'm not going to show you my own private keys, but you just go to Telegram, go to settings, and go to export private keys. It gives you a thing. You copy and paste that, and you go to Phantom, and then you can go import new wallet. Same username and password as your existing wallet, and it just creates an extra wallet for you. So I've got like, I don't know, I got like 10 wallets on Phantom because I don't like people to be able to spy on me.
I think we show how to do that in the Trojan bot video, Maurizio, don't we? We had a quick look.
We did a little bit, but we didn't do the import and export keys. We can do a video this week to actually highlighting how to do the step by step. So yeah, we can definitely get that done this week. No problem.
But standing by the video, it is a piece of piss.
It's a piece of piss. Yeah,
It is a piece of piss. You know, come on, people. Yeah. Okay. So
I do it live, but I'll no doubt fuck it up and I'll show my private keys to like 1,000 people on a call.
I know. Yeah, and it's one of those things that when you do it live, that's why we were doing with the video, we have the setups, the test accounts and all that sort of stuff, because obviously, guys, your private keys is your private keys. Anyone that will see your private keys will take your money away from you. That's it, as simple as that. So
as soon as someone has your private keys, which is that series of 12 numbers, 12 words or 24 words, it ain't your money anymore.
So yeah, we'll do a good run through this week. I think yeah, we're going to set it up and then we'll do a step by step with the keys and the importance of how to move them with the bot and how you can actually import and export your wallets using that. So I think which with that being said, I think this is the time for you guys to get ready with all the stuff, knowing how to do the bot, knowing how to import, knowing how to do the wallets, knowing how to get all the stuff done.
Yeah, there's no point in actively trading right now. Like if you would have asked me this time last week, what trades would I have taken? And I didn't take any. I think I took one trade last week, but all the trades I would have taken would have lost. So it's a good day to just keep your hands off the steering wheel. There's no action in meme coins because meme coins need people to be drunk off Solana profits first. Good question in the chat, Brian. What's your thoughts on CDCR? Assume you mean a central bank currency, and what network would it be on? I hear a lot of talk about XRP. You hear a lot of talk about XRP because you spend too much time around boomers, dude. That's just basically it. If a central bank digital currency comes along, it It's going to be a multi-year process just to decide which network it's on, which blockchain it's on. And then you've got to see, does any money accrue to the blockchain that actually hosts it? Well, I'm sure the owners of XRP are going to get rich, but the token holders are not the owners of XRP. It's two completely different things. So the issue that a normal thinking person should have with XRP is, okay, so they set up these XRP tokens and they've sold them far and wide. What do you get for that? Like, what do you get a share? Do you get a share of the business? Do you get a share of the profits? Do you get a currency that's going to be used? No, you just actually get fucking nothing. So you get the privilege of ushering in the grand digital age, but you actually don't get to share any of those profits, which is kind of like, even for crypto, that's pretty greasy. Like if we become, you know, the underlayer of the world's, if we replace the Swift network for banking, what do you get out of it? You get nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like the greatest deal to me. XRP trades around their, it's an option. So basically, if all the shit that the XRP people say comes true, that's a tremendously valuable company. But they've been saying a lot of shit for a lot of time, and not one single thing has ever come true. So you've got to take it all, like after 10 years of doing that, you've just got to take it all with a grain of salt. They're kind of full of shit. They're kind of full of shit, is my opinion. Like they talk and talk and talk and talk, but they're short on doing.
So there was an interesting bit in the email yesterday, Scott, that talked about what exactly do we get paid for? Like, do you get paid for putting up with this shit, or do you get paid for being really clever? Like, which camp do you fall into? And regardless of what I think of myself, I'm not really fucking clever.
Well, there are times when you are.
But generally, I'm getting paid for just being cool throughout this period, relaxing, not over trading, not blowing up, not doing anything silly.
There are times when it makes a lot of sense to trade actively.
Mm.
There are times when, you know, we've all done it here. Like, everyone here has 10x an account in a short period of time. That requires the planets to align, the weather to be right, the sun to be out and shining, everyone to be in a great mood, the vibes are right. It's got to have a rough feeling like it's Friday afternoon and everyone in the bar is 4 beers deep, and the vibes are right, and there's some girls in the bar and everyone's having a good time, and fuck yeah, let's go. You know, that's bring on the night kind of feel. We aren't there.
No, we're not there. And this is something that myself and Maurizio and the others that were in the 6-figure leverage boot camp have been discussing week after week, that, you know, there's many ways to skin a cat, but one of the things that we're looking to do is, like you say, is be a seasonal trader. I like to come out when the clouds have cleared and the sun's shining, and I'm thinking to myself, right, let's go. That's completely different from, say, today, where you open up the charts and you're like, come on.
Well, it's not even like that, is it? Like let's go through those charts. Like, okay, Bitcoin. Okay, what have we got? We've got easy on the way up. We've got a hard pushed fight on the way down. We've got, it's clearly spent 6 months going from 72 down to 58, 48, rode back up, and now it's sinking back in. If we get below here, this is the point where all our bullshit has to, all our hopium has to stop. You have to be short here. If we close below here, chances are we're going to close a lot lower. If we close above, the first target is to close above here, then we're probably going to set off enough buying that gets us to this level. And then that's probably going to set off and off. That gets us to this level. And then we'll probably have some altcoin take over as the new hot girl on campus. And then we'll get some sort of chain reaction here. But we need to see buyers step in. Now, should we predict where those buyers are going to step in? Or should we just wait and see when they do, in fact, actually step in? Like, yeah, let's look at STX. So Stacks is like a Bitcoin on steroids, right? You can expect Stacks because it works on the Bitcoin chain. It's like it's a thing to do with Bitcoin. You can expect this just to trade Bitcoin on steroids. And you can see it is. It's gone up with Bitcoin, it's gone down with Bitcoin. It's basically like a 2x Bitcoin thing. Let's have a look at some meme coins. While we're here, let's see how bad these things are gotten fucked. Retardio, oh no, oh that's that's hateful. I've got so much of my net worth in Retardio. Oh, that's terrible. I hope that's the end for Retardio.
This is the very definition of a cock punch.
Oh, and you're seeing it in real time. I hadn't checked Retardio on the weekend. No, that's not a real coin. Billy to a Billy. Or $20 million, Billy's going back to zero. Wow. Well, this was a shit meme too. I was never part of this one. Did you like this, Maurizio?
I went with the board and get the profits out, and then it is holding a profit. So, which is the sensible thing to do in terms of any of this stuff. But I'm still holding the remaining, so I don't care what happens with that stuff at the end of the day.
This one's not holding too badly, all things considered.
Yeah.
Not bad.
And that's one of the thing about this meme stuff. Like, obviously, like if you at the beginning everything looks great, and then if you don't take the
not
profits,
as wrecked as I would have expected it. Retardio is more wrecked than I would have expected it. Let's look at some of these top holders. Let's see. No more big G's. See who's liquidity providing. Brian, I'm in Retardio from way back, like here. So I put 5. Let's take a look at my Retardio wallet. Yeah, this is I put 5 grand in it. It's 74 today, but it's been as high as $250,000. So it's not. I'm not covering myself in glory there, really, like for real. All of these are only down because Sol is down. Yeah. Do I think we'll have another? Do I think we'll have another meme season? Yes, I do. I think that the beating heart and soul of crypto is always ontology, looking pretty good, right?
Yeah, this is one of my favorites, to be honest, in terms of spot holdings. To actually
considering they've got the founder in jail, he's almost certainly been compromised by Putin. Almost certainly. Like, you can just imagine. You can just imagine you're a guy, a tech founder living in Russia, and what they did is they knew that Vladimir Putin was going to have a problem with them running Telegram, and so they thought they'd outsmart him by putting all their wealth in Bitcoin so that they could leave the country and not have him seize the wealth. Right, like that was their plan. So they were 100% in Bitcoin from 2014, but Vladimir Putin's no dummy. He'll just like torture everyone you ever know until you hand over the private keys. I reckon Telegram is not private messaging. Is my opinion, and I reckon it's never been private messaging.
Interesting.
Okay, the pre-sale, you should not put any money in any pre-sales. There's absolutely no reason for anyone to do a pre-sale except to rip you off. That's just the truth of it. Of those pre-sales,
yeah, and especially on this market conditions, usually what happens on those pre-sales, everyone wants to get the money back when, same thing with airdrops, same thing. A lot of people sell, so more than likely, if you really like the project, it's a highly likelihood that you get a better price after they launch with the pre-sale stuff. So yeah, that's my take on pre-sales.
Have we got a list of them? Look, I really like Pepe. Like as a meme, I think Pepe is a really good choice for consensus meme for normies to buy. You know, if retail turns up and I'm gonna buy my Pepe on my Robinhood app and I'm gonna post about it. There's a million Pepes I can post. Like it's like a really easy way. Yeah, guys, don't buy anything off a pre-sale. You know, why would you trust anyone in crypto and say a pre-sale is, I'm going to give you the money up front, and then later on, when you do all the work and make the coin, then if it all goes well, then you're going to give me back my coins. And you're going to trust someone in crypto to take the money and not just go, well, fuck, it was too much money. I had to like steal it all. Like, I mean, we can talk about tens of millions of dollars here given to kids who in some cases are in fucking high school. Like, how can you give a high school kid or a university kid 5, 10, 20, 30 million dollars and expect him not to just go fucking head to the border? like how can you expect that? That's not a reasonable expectation. Don't do pre-sales. If you do any pre-sales and you get ripped off, don't come fucking crying to me. Won't be telling you doing. So I mean, happy to look at any coins people want to look at. Happy to look at the FINREV positioning. Happy to look at.
I can go through the orderly network because I think that's the only one that I really like.
That's the one that I like too.
Yeah, so I've been tempted to get into last week. Let me just but I don't think it's definitely the whole market is just following what Bitcoin is doing and everything, right? So in terms of all portfolio that we hold in, pretty much everything follows the same rules, right? But what I've been doing is obviously figuring out which ones are the ones that I actually like to be holding the most. So obviously my first one is HNT. HNT it's been like, this is the monthly chart and it's been pretty strong for the last couple of months. Weeks. So HNT and obviously, but I want to talk about the orderly network. So orderly was it is a very, very good project. In essence, what it is they are providing liquidity for all the DeFi projects. So think about all these DeFi chains like Hyperliquid or DYDX. They need liquidity from a place, right? Obviously, they provide their own liquidity. But what Orderly has done, let me just bring up Orderly Network. You could actually, where is it? You could actually provide liquidity in every single pool that they provide, and they provide it to different vendors in a way. So essentially, they decentralize in liquidity, which is a pretty good project, and anyone can access this liquidity through API keys and API. So it's very simple to actually launch new DeFi projects or new DeFi stuff. So it's pretty cool from that perspective. So I think it's a usability, like it has a lot of usage, and everything that they will be doing is actually going to get paid on the order token in itself. So obviously I'm keep tracking on this one because obviously it was launched, but it was a lot of airdrops happening. A lot of people got actually reward with this token to hold all the different pools and stuff like that. So what happens is the same thing as a pre-sale. People sell their tokens or sell half of them. So what I'm tracking is how far this could go. Also, when people sort of start selling, then new buyers who might start buying, and if the market continue upwards, then definitely this could be a really good opportunity to buy this one. I haven't bought that yet, but the price action suggests that it's looking pretty good. Let me just log in. Give me 1 second. Let me just log in into Orderly, and I'll show you. It's pretty cool. So let me just 1 second.
So way to go, Eric, who is 400% up on the rare trade. Way to go.
Fucking hell, lad.
Hola.
Yeah, I was going to mention that,
Only one
right?
who's making any money this week. I'm not making any fucking money.
We should
have. Oh, if you want to laugh, I'll show you my TradFi accounts right now.
Sorry
Oh.
to sabotage you, Maurizio.
No, that's cool, man. That's cool. So yeah, so essentially in the Orderly stuff, everything works on the DeFi. So if you have money, same thing as Scott was actually showing us last week in terms of stake money or you know, put your money to work to get some yield. In a way, they allowing people to participate and put money into all these pools, right? And these basically are pools that any DeFi project will be able to use through APIs and stuff like that, and you get paid through fees and stuff like that. So it's actually a pretty interesting project because they're decentralizing liquidity, which is, and it's very well, like it's very simple to integrate these pools into your own sort of project.
I thought Ondo was something similar to that.
No, Ondo is different because Ondo is a tokenization project. So Ondo will tokenize an asset, right? And then it will split that asset into tokens. And Orderly, basically, you provide liquidity to any of these pools, or anyone can. And then any project, let's say I want to create a DeFi project, right? I can just put the website, a little bit of code, and through these APIs, I can actually be a friggin' DeFi exchange myself using this liquidity. Anyone can actually will be able to do it. What is the downside? The downside is going to be a lot of new DeFi launches. Trust me on that. Like, it's going to be people, because I can do it. Like, anyone can actually create a website, use these pools, and actually create their own sort of DeFi exchange in a way. Like, same thing as Hyperliquid, same thing as DYDX. So that space is going to become freaking crazy. But the fact that everybody will use these pools, I think that's the safest way to actually invest on this type of stuff, because a lot of people will be using these pools. So it's two ways of doing this. Either you stay, or you put money into these pools, and then you put USDC, and then this is sort of your estimate APY, but APY don't get paid on USD dollars. They actually gets paid on order tokens in a way. So that's why, and they're going to burn some of the tokens as they go. So that's why there's high chance, a high probability that the token will appreciate in value over time. So it's a good model from that perspective. So that's why I'm looking into that one very closely, to actually start getting into, like, it's buying spot, you know what I mean? Definitely. And start accumulating this in a way up and a way down even. So as I do, like, from the fundamental, like, from what these guys are doing to the crypto space is very interesting. So yeah, I think that's the only one that I'm looking at, that I really, really would like to start buying, even though if the price keeps going down, I'll keep buying. At this stage, this is the only, token that I will certainly go about it.
Yeah, I'm looking at some interesting funding rate arbs that are available, but that's all a bit complicated for the guys here. Like,
that even the Orderly stuff is actually very straightforward. It's very simple to anyone to get involved. But the downside is that you're going to get paid on order tokens. So you don't going, like, that APY that they telling you there is not going to be USDC. However, USDC will be there. You can actually withdraw it at any time, but then the rewards itself, the APY is not going to be on USDC. So that's the, you know what I mean? So that's the that's the risk, right? So yeah.
So Tim's got a question which I think I can answer. It's about the Trojan bot. So at the risk of sounding like a broken record, there's a full video on how to use the Trojan bot. So there's no importing of wallets or anything like that. You would open the Phantom wallet. There's a big plus button. You click on that plus button. You've now created a new wallet. That's it. And then follow the instructions in the Trojan video, and you're simply going to click to get your keys, and then you're going to click to get your keys on the other side. That's it. It's like, let's not overthink the wallets and the Trojan bot. And it is step by step in the video as well. I shorted Rare at 2928 and I'm up 42%. Thought I shorted at a good time. 42%, that's quite nice, you know, Cade.
Yeah, that was a good short. That was a really good short. Yeah,
quite interesting, right? Not to pop Eric's bubble, because I don't know anything about Eric's trade. But again, like the guys on the 6-figure boot camp, they now understand how that 400% might not be 400%.
It's not really. It's just girl math.
You
Guys.
see,
It's girl math.
It is, you know, and Ian, sorry for those noobs that show. So Trojan is a programmable bot that you can do entries and exits out of main coins. It's in the welcome post. The video is about 45 minutes long. Myself and Maurizio just go through how you do the wallet, how you do the bot.
The advantage of using Telegram bot for buys and sells is you can set automatic take profit orders. The inherent problem with meme coins is they could be up 1,000% and down 1,000% in the same day. So either you got to watch them all day, which is fucking nuts, or you've got to have something to set automatic take profit orders. That's really the only ways you can do it.
Absolutely nice. So what's on for this week then? Like this week is not a week for trading. So
yeah,
like,
just take the week off, guys.
you can either take the week off,
leave your FINREV going. It's all short. Like it's like we are like 90% short. So you know.
This is it. And protect your own sanity this week. You know, it's like there's a choice. You can listen to crypto Twitter, or you could do something really fucking boring, like reading about how tokenomics work. Like there's education that we can do in these quiet periods. I know that's not.
I would go to Robot James and read every fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, he's the best trader. He's the best trader he's the best trader that'll talk to me like he's the best trader that's like a close personal friend. So he'll tell me everything. Like I know a handful of the best traders in the world. In fact, let me show you.
Well, Scott's getting that up. One of the interesting things about Robot James is quite simply his name, Robot James, which presupposes there is no emotion in his trading. There is no happy when he's up and there is no sad when he's down. Just keeping that baseline of where you are, that's key.
Well,
I mean, he might have been a bit emotional when FTX blew up, but aside from that, robotic. Yeah, you're right, Warren. Yeah, I have to reread and rewatch multiple times because some of his stuff seems too basic that you can overlook the brain that has been able to simplify that information down to stick men and funny bits. Yeah, and especially about like risk premium, like what really is the cost that you're paying. You know, it's not just money.
Perry, that shadow stats grift has been going on for ages. So shadow stats is their big idea is that you've discovered something secret, that they're futzing the inflation numbers by calculating them in a different way. But those inflation numbers should be changed over time, because what do we spend our money? What do you spend your money now on now is not eggs, milk, and vegetables. It's a Netflix subscription. It's a gym membership. It's Ubers. It's DoorDash. It's things like that. So those things should be adjusted over time. So the whole shadow stats premise, in my view, is wrong. It's like we know that the number is not the real number, but we also know that it does need to be changed over time. So I wouldn't put, personally, I think there's a reason why they call economics the dismal science. Economists have the worst track record you could possibly imagine. Like, if there's an economist predicting it, it's almost certainly nonsense. Like Paul Krugman in the New York Times, he got the Nobel Prize for economics. He couldn't get anything right. He said that the impact of the internet would be no bigger than that of the fax machine. Like, it's just like consistently wrong. All the economists are wrong. The Australian one, Koukaridis, or whatever his name is, Kooks, he's wrong every fucking time. Like, you can set a watch by him being wrong. Like, who would employ an economist? No one takes them seriously. No one and they've got no skin in the game. Like, an economist predicts the wrong thing, they don't get fired. Trader takes the wrong bet, he gets fired. And Marlon, most economists have never run a profitable business, and economists are completely unemployable in finance these days. Unemployable. Can't get a job at a hedge fund as an economist. They know it's all bullshit. So you know, what you hear a lot from economists is the last existential scream of people who are not employable. All right, guys, I think we're talking around in circles here. We're better off just calling an end to it.
Nice. See you in the group, everybody. Friday, of course, we've got the next of the stable coins presentation.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
And there is a link, I'll just grab it again, from the original ENA staking that you did, Scott. You did a really big breakdown on ENA and how it works and the staking. So just for fun, if anybody wants to watch that, I think that ties in quite nicely with what's happening on Friday. So let's just have a quick look. If there's anybody that's absolutely brand new, just stay on the call for 5 minutes, and we're just going to have a quick look around the 100x coin club. It's going to be very quick. So this is the start here section where you've got the welcome post, and this is the key information. This answers every kind of, I've just joined and I don't arrive. I don't know where to go. When do we get a trade alert? When was the last trade alert? How do I do this, Ian? How do I do that, right? It's here. It's all here, okay? It's pretty much condensed into this first welcome post, okay? So the very first section at the very top is your first trade, okay? So that's how you get started. If you know nothing about crypto, right, or you're pretty new to crypto, then you need to read this. That's it. You need to read this and watch this, and maybe multiple times. If you know how to place an order and you know, then great, don't read it, okay? So this goes through your first trade, shows you how to get access to the trade alert log. There is then an hour-long session. Ian, I don't want to watch an hour-long video. Instead, I want to wait days and days and days and comment here and eat. Just watch these videos, guys, and then you'll know what to do, okay? So this is myself and Aaron just walking through everything, where everything is, how you do everything, how you find everything. It's all there, okay? Then what we try and do is we try and give you a little overview, a little snippet of the things that you're going to encounter on your journey. If this is your first cycle, things like buying the dips, you might not have heard about that. So this is not a trader incubator. This is not pay $9 to join the club and we teach you every single intimate aspect of trading. No, this is to get you going. This is so that you can orient, you can get your bearings, and you can be like, right, I've arrived in the crypto world. I'm safe. I know how to do orders. Okay. This is what this will do. There's also like, you know, link here. There's link to other ones. For example, here, people asking, how do I place a trade in? And it's like, it's all here, guys. Everything that you could possibly want is here, step by step, video by video, button by button. It's all here, okay? And then we have a how to read the trade alerts, okay? And then we have language that you'll probably come across in the group, how to choose your position sizing, how to set up Mighty Networks notifications. This is covered in the original video, but I do it as a separate video because I really want you to set up these notifications instead of sending me a message saying, I didn't get a notification for this, Ian, why not? Everything sucks. You need to set up notifications, okay? Then you'll get these things. When this bull market starts, and I believe it will start, it will come so hard and fast. If you're faffing around because you haven't bothered to set up your notifications, that's just money on the floor, okay? This is the time. You've got the time. There ain't no trading this week. If you're sat looking at charts this week, you're either very, very, very good or you're insane, okay? So this is the place that you want to look. Exchanges, everybody's favorite question, okay? We list all the exchanges, okay? Or no, not all the exchanges, that's a total lie. We list the predominantly most popular exchanges with the current information that we have about KYC and access to them. We've also done these specific searches. So all you need to do is just click on it, and then it's got a search for you here, which is then everybody that's talking about the various different exchanges. If you were to put the word BitGet in here, then you're going to get everything that comes up about people talking about BitGet, okay? Wallets, okay? Lots of people asking about wallets and asking about the Trojan bot. If you're asking about wallets and you're asking about Trojan bots and you've been in the club for 2, 3, 4 weeks, you haven't read the welcome post and you've put yourself at a disadvantage, okay? This is how you maximize profit. You can watch all those people on YouTube going, wee, wee, and all that fucking nonsense. But this is how you actually make the profit, by knowing what to actually do and how to actually press the button, okay? It's boring. It requires work. It requires effort. Most of all, it requires a bit of thinking just to get it across the line. This is the time to get yourself set up. There's some basic wallet security, spaghetti charts. Ian, what are these spaghetti? You know, it's like, read the welcome post, you know? It's like how you set up the spaghetti charts, how you use the spaghetti charts. We've just had a market event, right? What's this market event? Well, we're at 59. We're at 64 the other day. We're at 59 the other day. So how would you, if you were going to do trading, how would you start looking for coins? You'd see which coins have bounced from the recent lows. How do I do that, Ian? These 2 videos is how you do it, okay? Main coins, Trojan bot on Solana. Yep, another hour-long video that at the end of it, you will be absolutely crystal clear on what to do, okay? You got link to the bot, an exit calculator, and a Trojan bot user guide. So it's all there. It's all there. Okay. How to find contract addresses of tokens that you need. So this again is just a bit more basic information. I can't possibly cover every possible step, right? But if Maurizio puts a trade out and he puts the contract address of the trade on there, and then you click that, well, then you'll want to know how to get that contract address from somewhere like CoinMarketCap or from CoinGecko. Same as taking a DEX screener trade, something that we show that we use for the memes, okay? Taking profits when in meme coins. Ian, what do those symbols on the trade log mean, Ian? What is this? What is that? Ta-da! Okay, all there for you. Open interest. This is how you interpret the open interest. But I don't want to use all the open interest. I want Scott to do it all for me. Brilliant. That's what we want as well. But this means that you can follow what they're talking about. You can understand why he's using spaghetti charts. You can understand why Maurizio's talking about the open interest in the way that he is. This is how you build your learning muscles. You start off with that, oh, I'm completely overwhelmed, so I'll just do the safest thing that I can do, and I'll read the welcome post. Okay, then. So the welcome post has taught me about how many positions that I should have. So you know what I'm going to do is on the next call or in the group, I'm just going to run a bit of a check. I'm going to say, hey guys, there's about 20 coins on the log. The welcome post says that I should do this with the money that I've got. So I'm thinking about maybe 5 coins is the best thing for me to concentrate my maybe smaller bag on these 5 coins. This is something that Scott's talked about many times, and why we want to watch all these call recordings, read all of the emails. Like yesterday's email was so good. You know, there's 88 people on the call. Only for fun, if you want to put an emoji in the chat if you read yesterday's email in full. Okay. And like not just opened it up and had a skim, but actually read the email in full. Like, it's okay if you didn't. Just my point is, there's so many questions that are answered in that email that talks about the market and where we're going and the sophisticated and everything like that. And this is how you can stay on top of these things. Of course, you can listen to too many voices. I'm not suggesting that you only listen to Scott. That would be absolutely silly, you know. But if you were to say to me, Ian, do you watch this bag of dicks on YouTube that talk about just mooning and nonsense? No, I don't. I got no interest in that at all. You know, they're just trying to generate an audience. It's the doing of the work that gets you across the line. And the doing of the work is that you know how to place an order. So ding, an alert goes out. Could well be SMS. America, your government hates crypto, and they hate people that do crypto, and they just put up blocks everywhere for everything at the SMS signal provider level, right? We've created workarounds, we've created all sorts, okay? This is why it's so important to set those notifications as suggested in the welcome post, because it's not just you will get an SMS and there you go. It's the very first place a trade alert goes is in the group, and that's it. That's where the trade alerts go. And all we do with the SMS and the email is send you back to the Mighty Networks group and send you back to the trade log. When you open the trade log, it's got every link, every resource that you could possibly want. So you need to know, how many coins am I going to get into? How long am I going to hold them for? Okay. And you can do that by just, how much money have I got? How risk tolerant am I? You see, these are all questions that you can kind of, you know, figure out for yourself. Now, the easiest thing to do is just use the club as just let Scott and Maurizio work. Just put them to the sword and let them work. You know, you can either go with what they say when they say to buy and to sell, and then you just relax in between, or you can start looking for your own stuff. This, like Todd who's commenting, he knows what he's doing. You know, you comment to somebody like Todd, you're going to get a good answer from him. He's going to help him. There's lots and lots of other people like that as well. So using that group as well, it is of such benefit just to, you know, find the people that are active in the group, the people that are commenting, the people that are saying sensible stuff, not people that are bitching about this and that, but the people that are actually talking about the markets and the price action. They're the people that you want to develop relationships with. You know what I mean? Like, if you send a message to me, guess what I'm going to say? Go and read the welcome post, because, you know, I know how full it is. Because, you know, I have to cover every group, everything. So, you know, really use the other, well, not use, but you get what I mean. You know, make friends, get stuck in the community, and take it easy, man. Take it easy. This crypto will kick you, and then it will kick you again, and then it will kick you again. And that might be because you're using leverage too much, that your bet sizes are too big, that you're just generally pushing at this too hard, if you know what I mean. It's like, do I have a macro belief that Bitcoin and altcoins are still going to go up? Yes, I do. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't be here. So that's it. I've got a macro belief that these things are going to go up. Everything else is just bullshit because I've got that macro belief. And by bullshit, I mean near volatility. Stuff that's in your face today, that's hurting your feelings, that's making you feel like, well, this is a shit game, isn't it? You know, like I had a friend of mine, he's in finance, or at least he sells mortgages. Maybe some people don't claim that as finance, right? And he wasn't interested in Bitcoin at 16,000. When I spoke to him about Bitcoin at 16,000, he laughed at me. When it was 74,000, he sent me a message, the happiest man on the planet. Ian, I've just bought Bitcoin. And I'm like, well, you could have bought it for 59,000 less than what you've just bought it for. And he's sat for the last 7 months just hating crypto as it's slowly come down, you know. And that's how markets are made. Different people doing different things, making different choices, you know. And somebody like Robot James is a great example. He's trading on math, hardcore math. So whatever your gut feeling is, you're up against somebody that is trading on math that's got you beat every possible way that you can go. And like, that's the competition that you're up against. Because for you to win, somebody else has got to lose. If you're going long, you've got to have somebody else that's going short for you to win, you know. Warren, I look forward to a post on linking Trojan Bot with an account in Phantom Wallet. Okay, well, that's on Maurizio to do, but it's embarrassingly easy. Like, and I'm sure that like there is no linking. I don't get that. It's like you just open the wallet, don't you?
There is an option. There is an option that you can actually import your wallet into Trojan. There is an option. Okay, so probably that's why that's what Warren is talking about, maybe. But Warren, essentially, what it is, I'll do a whole demonstration in the next couple of days, and I'll do a video on it. So yeah, no problem.
Okay, but just remember that there is a like, let's have a look. Trojan Bot user guide. Okay. All right, so let's have a look. Is there one called using Trojan on Solana links? Have you come across this linking, Maurizio? I wonder if we can just find it.
It should be on the wallets, import and export wallets. Keep going down.
Just try import wallets in the search. There we go.
Look, there we go, right there. Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah, that's right there. Technically, right? You can. I wouldn't recommend it, especially if you do have another wallet with money in there. I would not do that, because once you actually import a wallet into this bot, you don't know where the private keys are going to be held at. So you have to be mindful of your security. So I would not do that. But when you actually create a Trojan, they give you a new wallet. You know, that's the one that you should be using technically. So yeah.
Exactly, you know, and this is an example, right? Warren, I'm not talking about you now, okay? So it's like, this is what I mean. All the information that you need as a user is here, okay? And I'm not talking directly to Warren at all. I'm just talking in general. But you have to click the buttons, and then you have to investigate. And then we find ourselves in a position like now of myself and Maurizio have produced a video that absolutely 100% works with what you need to effectively use Trojan Bot. And then you get a question that comes out, yeah, so I know that this all works, but there's something else that I want to do, and I want you to create a video for me. And it's like, do you really need to do this? Like, is this something that you really like? Is this really going to help your crypto and your trading and your, you know? So this is what I mean by investigate, press on buttons, get curious whilst keeping yourself safe as well. And what I mean by safe is, hey Ian, somebody's just offered to put $20,000 into my wallet. Do you think they're genuine? Fuck yes, I have people offer me that every day, and of course they're genuine. I've got over $10 million in my bank account now from free money that kind people have just sent me. Of course, go for it. I mean, like, when in your life ever has somebody just given you, it's like, you know, that you've got to smarten up to. The market, it's like if you were, what's that mad Goggins, David Goggins, right? He talks about like making parts of the brain calloused and hard so that you can just deal unemotionally with these situations. That's the other bit from there. Tim, if you want to do that, do it. We've provided a video. Maurizio has just given his opinion, and we've just opened up the staking. Okay, so we can give you another opinion. If you want to do it, do it. Okay, that's the bottom line. You know, there's only so much that we can give you, and then it's down to you to say, right, I'm going to make a decision. Have you anything to add to Tim's question? Like, I don't just want to blast
That's what I'm asking. If it's more secure to create a wallet in Trojan and import it into Phantom, or import your Phantom wallet into Trojan and exposing your private keys to Trojan. Then you create a wallet into Trojan, does the board. All right. Essentially, let me just answer this question. Let me answer this question, Tim. Probably you don't understand the way that Trojan works. So once you create Trojan, right, Trojan will give you by default a wallet to trade with, okay, automatically. Okay, that's a Solana wallet. Okay, you could take that and actually export it into your own Phantom wallet, so you can actually keep track of that. That's sensible enough. From the security perspective, when you actually export your keys into your own Phantom, no one will have access to your personal keys because you're importing that. Okay, so from that perspective, that's the way I do it. I use the same wallet that they provide, and I keep using it. I don't keep huge amount of money in there. No, why? Because they do have their keys. Like, you know what I mean? Even though you can export it, they will keep those keys. You don't know if they are encrypted. Technically, they say they are. Technically, they say it's secure. Technically, it's like, you know, but you never know. All right. So that's the option that I will use. Also, if you're very conscious around security, what I will do is I will open a brand new Phantom wallet, okay? A new Phantom wallet where I not keep any money, and that's what I export the keys to, all right? So, you know, you need to have different wallets for different purposes. You cannot actually keep one wallet for everything because security is a really, really huge concern, right? So that's the way I will do it. If you do it the other way around, you can, but obviously bear in mind that when you actually import your wallet into Trojan, then you give them your keys. So I wouldn't definitely not do that with my own wallet. I might create a brand new one just for that purpose. And so you can actually, so those are the two scenarios. Yeah, security wise, yeah, I would definitely use the one that they provide and then use. So yeah, that's in a nutshell how that thing works.
Nice, nice.
Either way, Trojan board, correct. They have to have your private keys in order for them to trade on your behalf. You can't actually play trades without them. They say that it's encrypted and all that sort of stuff, but then something that I do with Trojan is obviously you keep certain amount of money to trade, and every time you have profits, you take it out. You have to have that mechanism in place, and you take it out into a safe wallet that no one has private keys that you haven't imported to anywhere, and you keep that money safe. You only put the money that you're gonna trade with. Okay, so and then if you want to keep the token, let's say you don't want to sell it, but then you want to keep the token, I will definitely take that token and transfer it into your own wallet as well, which you can. Let's say Retario goes to the moon and you don't want to sell it, right? But you want to keep it safe. I will definitely not keep it on the Trojan bot at all. Like if your decision is to keep that, let's say Retario start getting listed on all the exchanges and all of a sudden, you know, it's a valuable asset. Therefore, move that token into your own wallet. Could be any Solana wallet. Doesn't necessarily have to be Phantom. It has to be a Solana wallet because it's in Solana network. You transfer those tokens across, and then you keep your tokens safe, and then that's it. You know, so have that in mind in terms of security. Okay.
Nice, nice.
All right, cool. Glad I answered the question, Tim. No problem. All right. So I think,
All
is
right.
there another question, Ian, or should we?
Yeah, so JJ, I think if you've got like a Phantom wallet on your browser, you can have like unlimited accounts within that Phantom wallet. But I don't think you can have a second Phantom wallet on the browser. Like I don't think you can have two Phantom wallets, you know, but you can have one with kind of an unlimited account. All right, no. So as Scott has said, then it's hands off the wheel. Just have a nice week, relax. For those that are interested, do as much education stuff as you can do. Stay away from the fearmongers and everything like that, and just have a nice week. And tune in for Maurizio's daily update videos, because they will really, really help. And read the emails and read and watch everything in the welcome post. And yeah, we'll be fine. Thanks, everyone.
Awesome, guys. Have a good day.